Well, here's a story you may not have heard about because the victim is not black, so let's play it.
Back here, a Delaware state trooper is suspended tonight as part of an ongoing investigation into his conduct. This comes after one family says the officer brutally beat a 15-year-old boy. Action News reporter Maggie Kent joins us live from Ellesmere tonight with more on those allegations. Maggie.
Well, Rick, they say after reviewing that body camera footage, Delaware State Police suspended this trooper for what they were able to see. Now, there's still ongoing investigations in terms of what happened here, but the family of the 15-year-old boy say he was beaten by that trooper after an innocent game went wrong. These photos show the injury sustained by a 15-year-old Wilmington boy. His orbital bone is broken. He'll need surgery. He suffered a concussion and cuts and bruises surround his body. His family has hired an attorney after they say these injuries came at the hands of a Delaware state trooper.
There are bruises all over his body. There's bruises on his shoulder.
Now, I didn't hear about this on the mainstream media. I mean, this wasn't plastered all over the headlines everywhere. It hasn't been talked about. Well, I think we know why. But an innocent game of ding dong ditch, if you don't know what that is, it's you ring a doorbell and you run. That's basically what it is.
Bruises on his chest. There's bruises on the back of his neck.
The family claims on Monday, the boy and 3 friends were playing a game of ding dong ditch, ringing doorbells and running away when they inadvertently rang the bell of this state trooper. They say moments later, the officer and his partner found the group of 4 boys and arrested them.
He was roughed up on the ground while handcuffed, and he also was given a blind haymaker punch by a state trooper while he was shining a flashlight into Jaden's eyes.
Delaware State Police released a statement saying the troopers were wearing department-issued body cameras. And after reviewing that footage, the officer accused of assault has been suspended while the investigation is pending. That investigation is also into whether that state trooper's partner did or didn't intervene appropriately. I asked the lawyer about those boys being arrested, if any charges were filed. He said they're not facing any charges for anything that they did. We're in Ellesmere. Maggie Kent, Channel 6 Action News. Rick.
All right. And those boys should not be charged. If this is what really happened right here, which I think it did based on the accusations and the boy, his face being brutally beaten, and the body cam footage. And the guy has been suspended. I will check on this and see what happens with them, because I bet you want to hear it from the mainstream media. So it was an innocent game. They didn't mean any harm. Yes, it's dumb, but they're 15-year-old kids, high schoolers, playing dumb. Look, when I was 17, it was myself and 3 other friends. This was stupid. We rode around at night. I believe it was, I forgot what year it was. No, it wasn't Halloween, but it was sometime before Halloween. But we were egging cars, throwing eggs at cars, and it was one of the stupidest things I've ever done because we got chased. One of the guys threw an egg at the wrong person and didn't warn us he was going to do it, so we'd be aware of what was going to happen. He threw it at a big truck, which was a big mistake, and the truck followed us for a solid 10 minutes. I was scared for my life. I was so close to hopping out of the vehicle when we were going through a neighborhood and running. And we finally lost him. We thought we lost, but he went around the block and met us on the other side. And the guy driving took off, and I was panicking. And luckily, we came to a light. We got through a light going over a freeway, over a bridge, and he got stuck at the light and was behind a car or something. So we lucked out, and it could have ended very badly, but thank goodness it didn't. But anyway, back to this story here. This is an unfortunate situation. They were just young kids. They're just young kids playing a game, And these state troopers took it to the extreme and beat the hell out of this kid. Totally uncalled for, totally unnecessary, totally uncalled for. And if the race was different, if he was a 15-year-old black kid, you would see protests all over the country. Al Sharpton would be out. And who was the other one? Jesse Jackson would be out doing interviews in Delaware. Delaware would suddenly get a ton of media attention besides Joe Biden. Suddenly, Delaware would become a very popular state for about 2 weeks. But you didn't hear about this because the kid was white who was beat up by a cop. Anytime you hear a young black kid or being beat up by a cop or something, it's front page news. You see CNN, MSNBC, they all come out. MSDNC, they all come out. Out of the woodworks. Now, I mean, and all these people come out of the woodworks. Like I said, the Al Sharptons, all these guys, these race hustlers. But I wanted to let you guys know about this story because I don't think you may have heard about it. I just happened to come across this story a few days ago. I got it in my inbox and I said, let me check this out. So I thought it would be good to share with you guys to see that how the left-wing media only likes to focus on certain things. Only if it's a black person getting beat up by a cop, or if it's a black person getting killed by a white person, then it's a story. If it's a 15-year-old white kid in Delaware who got beat, his face bashed in by a state trooper, it's not that big of a deal. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.